Hey, I'm Matt, and you're watching a brand new Matt on YouTube. Stay tuned for my series on 5 things a VSG journey. All right, welcome back to a brand new Matt. I am continuing my series today on 5 keys or 5 things, a VSG journey. And this is my second list of 5 things that deal with different aspects of having had bariatric surgery. Now, let me go ahead and say this before we get started. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, so you can share this video with others, and then hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time that I post a new video. So today I want to talk about 5 questions that I've been asked after having bariatric surgery or having gastric sleeve surgery. And we'll go through these pretty quickly so we don't tie up too much of your time, and hopefully these things will be of help to you in the coming days. If you're considering gastric surgery of some kind, bariatric surgery, or you've just had bariatric surgery, maybe these things will help you out. Question number 1. I was asked this a million times. Why do you want bariatric surgery? Well, the simple question was I was unhealthy. I was very unhealthy, and I had a very serious food addiction. I have done like everybody else that needed to lose weight. I've tried every diet that's come and gone. I've tried exercise. I've tried fasting. I've done all kinds of things. Diet, pills, you name it, I've done it. And it might work for a little while, but would go right back to the same old unhealthy lifestyle as before. Now, a lot of people seem to ask this question after they found out that I had lost weight leading up to my surgery. So March 22nd, 23rd, I had my first class where I went and just showed my interest in bariatric surgery, and then went to my first introductory session where I met the nutritionist and the doctor in the office and went through all my pre-stuff, and was told that I had to lose 5% of my body weight. So they wanted me to lose 18 pounds before my surgery. Now, so I ended up having surgery on May 25th. So around 2 months after my initial contact with Southern Surgical in Greenville, North Carolina, I began that 2-month process of having to lose some weight ahead of time. I was really worried about that, but thankfully I needed to lose 18 pounds. I lost 27 pounds before surgery. So folks really begin to ask the question, well, if you lost 27 pounds in 2 months, there's really no need for you to have surgery. Why do you want surgery? I knew what would happen. I knew I would go right back as soon as I got that opportunity to stress eat and eat another cheeseburger, eat another piece of fried chicken, go back to another soda. I knew I would be right back into the same shape I was in. I needed the tool that would get me over my food addiction and over my unhealthy lifestyle, and that was bariatric surgery. So folks are going to ask you, and you've probably been asking a million times already, why do you want bariatric surgery? It is a health decision. It was a health decision for me. So that's question number 1 that I seem to have gotten asked more than anything else. Why do you want bariatric surgery? Question number 2, silly question, but a lot of people ask, does surgery hurt? Well, my only answer for that is, duh, it's surgery. Now, it's not major surgery where they cut you open and pull you apart like they would with open heart surgery or things like that. It was laparoscopic, but listen, they put 6 holes in my abdomen. I also had 2 hernias repaired. I had a hiatal hernia repaired, and I had an umbilical hernia repaired. And so along with all of that, I ended up having 6 incisions. Now, 5 of the incisions were relatively small, but another incision was about that big, and that's where they put the largest tool in to do the procedure with, and where they pull that stomach out after they cut 85% of your stomach. So does surgery hurt? Yes. For a few days after surgery, it did hurt. They put you on some narcotics for that. I don't do well with high-powered narcotics, so I come off of that pretty quickly and dealt with some of the pain. But after a week or so, the pain pretty well had subsided. So yes, surgery does hurt, but most folks get over it in just a few days. Question number 3, and I'm still asked this question even 3 months after surgery. When can you go back to eating like you did before? Well, that's a 2-part answer. First part of that answer, the first way I would answer that is 6 months. And my second part would be never. Now let me explain myself. 6 months I get to go back to eating regular food. Like right now I'm on a soft food diet. Everything has to be fork tender. I can't eat anything like bread, pasta, rice, quinoa, oatmeal, cereal, nuts, raw vegetables, raw fruit of certain kinds, seeds, anything like that is off the table. But in 6 months, I go back to eating regular foods again. That gives you time for your stomach to heal and the opportunity for you to be ready to introduce that stuff back into your system. Now, the second part of that answer when I say never is I'll never go back to eating as much as I did. I'm telling you, if you watch one of my earlier videos, you can hear me talking about how much food I could eat. Man, I could go to McDonald's. I could polish off a double quarter pounder, a 10-piece McNugget, a large fry, and a soft drink and never think twice about it. I could finish off a Little Caesars pizza by myself. I will never go back to eating that way. I may go back to eating those things. I may eat a slice of pizza somewhere down the road, but it'll just be a slice, maybe not even a full slice, because I don't plan on getting back to that unhealthy state, getting back to that condition where I was before. So when can you go back to eating like you did before? Well, in 6 months, I can go back to introducing a lot of those foods that I love back into my system, but I will never, ever, ever go back to eating as much as I did before. The fourth question that I have been asked is, do you regret having bariatric surgery? Well, my short answer for that is no, absolutely not. I had VSG. Now, I had the choice. The doctor's office where I was at, the surgical associates that I used, surgery center, they gave you the choice. Do you want gastric bypass or do you want VSG? They didn't really offer the lap band. Some people may still do that. I don't know. But I chose VSG. After watching videos, after reading and doing my own personal study about gastric surgery, bariatric surgery, I chose VSG. And here's the reason why. There can be no buyer's remorse after VSG, after the gastric sleeve surgery. They can reverse a gastric bypass. They cannot put 85% of your stomach back in. There's no buyer's remorse after VSG. When you have that surgery, they cut out 85% of your stomach, you're just left with a sleeve for a stomach. And so I do not have regrets for doing that. Now, there were some days early on when I was having to go through the pureed diet and the liquid-only diet, and I was thinking to myself, am I ever going to get through this? But I did, and I made it to the soft food stage, and I've reintroduced some great foods back into my system, back into my diet. And like I said, I'll be going back to some of those later on down the line. But I do not regret it one bit. Man, to see all of the big clothes that I used to wear now sitting in a pile and getting ready to be donated or sold, and going back into clothes that I used to wear 10, 12, 15 years ago before I really started gaining weight, man, I'm telling you, I do not regret surgery one bit. Knowing that I'm going to be around for my wife and that I'm going to be around for my daughter and my grandkids. I want to be healthy for my church, for the rest of my family, for my community, but mostly I want to be healthy for myself. So I do not regret having bariatric surgery, having had the gastric sleeve surgery. And then question number 5, it's really not a question. It's an answer to a question. Folks ask the question, how much do you want to lose? What's your goal weight? And it's different for everyone. I know what my goal weight is. My goal weight is 175. That's about 183-pound weight loss from where I was at when I started this process. But let me just say this. The one silly thing that people keep saying when they ask me how much I want to lose or when they ask me what my goal weight is you don't want to lose too much. That's the silliest thing on the face of the earth. I don't know why people say that, what causes them to say that. Maybe it's a concern. They don't want you to end up being, anemic and, looking like a worm down the road. My goal weight of 175 is a very comfortable, healthy weight. And so me getting there, that's the decision that I made, the decision I made with my wife and with my physician. I may not get to 175. I may end up at 185, 190, and that is perfectly all right. But it's the silly comment where people say, you don't want to lose too much weight. They're not where I'm at, or they're not where I'm at emotionally and in my health conscious mind. So you set your goal weight, you set how much you want to lose and all of those things, and don't let people dissuade you by saying things like, you don't want to lose too much weight. So that's just a quick 10-minute video of questions that I've been asked, trying to answer those questions. Why do you want to do bariatric surgery? Does surgery hurt? Can you go back to eating like you did before? Do you regret having bariatric surgery? And because of your goal weight, you don't want to lose too much, do you? Those are the 5 questions I've been asked more than anything else. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Once again, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that little notification bell, and be on the list to get new videos every time that I post one out. So this is Matt with a brand new Matt, bringing these 5 things, these 5 keys to my VSG journey. God bless you. Hope you have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you on down the road.